The Ministry of Blue Economy, in collaboration with the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, is taking action to address the influx of sargassum seaweed along the coastline of St. Andrew. Myrna Julian, Communications Officer at the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, explained that teams have already been deployed to clean affected areas. Crews are working in shift throughout the day to remove the seaweed, which have caused an unpleasant odor across the parish.
Currently, what we are doing is the deployment of teams to areas that are affected by the presence of sargassum on the eastern side of the island, mainly in St. Andrews, where there is the pungent or unpleasant odor emerging from the settling of sargassum. And so the complaints, I must say, they have reduced in terms of residents from the affected area. We started off with just 10 workers, and we are now, because we are deploying teams, we now have 30 workers employed per day to remove the beach sargassum from the affected areas.
Julian emphasized that while the sargassum is not considered hazardous, it presents a potential business opportunity. She outlined the daily operations of cleanup crews and noted that the collected seaweed is being stored at 2 designated sites.
We have teams which work very early to remove any sargassum seaweed that would have entered those systems, and during the daytime from about 8 o'clock to mid-afternoon, we have the teams that are engaged in the removal of the beached sargassum, and it's taken by transport to a facility, and thanks to government for affording us that opportunity to use an area at Maribor. And for the dry sargassum, we deposit at our facility at Telescope. However, due to the huge influx at this time,
she added that the authority is also identifying other locations across the island to store the seaweed.
The authority, we are developing some green points throughout Grenada, so we are establishing these locations for the management of organic waste. And whereas in the past we used the Old Pearls airstrip, we have since discontinued using that area. Last year we had a very low season, but this year I think it is really, it's in huge quantities. So we are now committing to dispose at the Maribor facility.
The goal is to eventually turn the seaweed influx into a revenue-generating opportunity for Grenada. Rena Thomas, GBN News.